Peace to the guys and goddesses. It's been a long time since I did a video. Real long time. I'm in the basement right now. It's cold outside. So, and on top of that, it's dark. So, but that's why you see me here with all this cotton on, right? So, anyway, it ain't gonna take that long. Well, you know, I don't get naked like Rashad anyway. I don't get naked like Rashad on the thing, but I do wear less cotton than I'm wearing right now. But anyway, right, got this little lesson. I want to, you know, this is righting my wrongs, right? So as far as what I was talking about with the Counselor 9 and I knew. I don't believe what I was saying was incorrect. I did some well, first, hold on, let me do this first. I started off wrong. We already set the intention for these candles. I need to light them. Get the candles lit. Right. Show respect to my ancestors. You feel me? I got Obatala here with me today. Right. Got Obatala here. He had to sit in with me. I also got Alegua. I got Shango. And of course I got Ogun. Okay. They ride with me all the time. You feel me? I ride with them all the time. They ride with me all the time. I appreciate them for showing me the love that they showed me. You feel me? Without them, I wouldn't know any of the stuff I know or any of the stuff. You feel me? I wouldn't be getting these downloads without these ancestors. Anyway, so let me break this down, man, on this stuff that I got on this whiteboard right here. Because, man, I found out some stuff about them five books. You know, the Torah, as they say. You know, we got people who really sitting up, wholeheartedly believing in this stuff, man, and it's leading their ass right into some crazy shit. So, anyway, so we know who supposedly the author of the first 5 books. That's supposedly, according to, I want to say scholars who translated the so-called books, but actually we know who it was. It was some poets, and you know, we know who it was. King James, you know, they were poets and stuff. Come on, we know who they were. We ain't got to get off into it. If you don't know who it was, maybe you might want to go watch some of Rashad's videos so you can catch up. You feel me? Anyway, so the first 5 books were supposedly written by Moses. But that's not exactly right either. Right? First 5 books was actually written by Thoth. Okay, anyway, we'll touch that. That's a whole nother lecture. Right, but anyway, Moses means, the meaning of Moses, the name, is actually to pull out or to extract, to draw out of, as in to pull out of water. So a lot of people don't realize that. I mean, if you're going to pull some, well, the question now is, what were they trying to pull out of the water, right? Or what were they trying to extract? One of the things that we know to be fact is electrolytes are in your water, right? Or they're in your bloodstream, right? You got electricity in your bloodstream, in your body, period, because that's your spirit. So if he were trying to extract water from you, or as they were trying to do, they were trying to extract your spirit. You see, they couldn't exactly tell you what they were trying to take out when they were pulling you out of, and it was crazy what they were doing. So look, okay, oh, here's another little fun fact, right? You know, Moses or osmosis means the same thing. That's where they got osmosis. You understand that? Moses, osmosis, same shit. They be playing with these words so much in this shit. This shit is crazy. Okay, so we know the first book was Genesis, right? That's when they was talking about the genealogy. Well, first and foremost, it's a dude out there. I'm not gonna name his name. He's talking about all these books and shit he done read about this and how's the genealogy of ISIS and shit like that. Okay, really, Genesis breaks down how Jacob or Yakub spliced the genes. Period. That's it. That's the gist of that. Okay. Then in Exodus, what they did was they broke down, or they made it seem as if you were being enslaved by your own people. Yeah, I said it. They said that you were being enslaved by your own people. We know the Egyptians were our people. They were us. Why would we need to be, if this book was true for us, if it was for us and we was exiting, why would they be taking us, Exodus, away from the Egyptians when they were some of us? Make it make sense for me, please. Because it does not. This is not you. This is not your story. This is the story of the humans, gods and goddesses. That's why I'm breaking it down the way I am. But they use this story today, right now, today, to separate you from who you are, where you are. It's separation, period. Right? So I'm breaking that down for you. You got, in Leviticus, they removed you from nature. Right? So let's start that over. Genesis, they told you about the splicing of the genes and removed you from what? The genes, bro. Huh? They spliced it. They talked that's how they got it. And then Exodus, they exited. They took you away from the Egyptians, or from being a god or a goddess. You did? You didn't get that. They tell you that. Who the Egyptians are? They were gods and goddesses. They tell you this. We were all gods and goddesses. They were here with us at that time. You understand? I don't know if y'all getting that. And then Leviticus, they came when they with their little phony laws. That's when the stuff started coming. They started removing you from nature. That's when they started casting the spells to remove you from nature. Then in Numbers, they really killed your mind and took you up out of there and took you away from natural law. Period. You didn't. By the time you was practicing numbers and all that, or they were practicing numbers, by the time you read that book and you get the numbers, you're no longer practicing natural law. So then, Deuteronomy is their law. That's what they say they want you to follow, right? Right? I know I'm zipping through this because I really don't have that much time. But please, do your research on the first 5 books. Them first 5 books ain't worth the paper that it's printed on. It's a whole spell. Nothing but. Yeah, it's a whole spell. Then by the time you get to Joshua giving you more of the same. Some of the same thing with Judges. By the time you get to Judges tells you how they stole the land. Right? Yeah, Judges tell you how they stole the land. That's chapter 7. That's the 7th book of Judges. Then by the time you get to 8, that's where they're teaching you about being loyal to them, because they're telling you about Boaz and Ruth. If you know anything about the Boaz and Ruth story, that's you got to read that one too. I can't really go in too deep into that, because that's what that is. It's loyalty. Is what they're talking about there. And then the ninth one, of course, that's when the God spell starts. The whole big magic spells, all that shit starts. I'm just telling you. Look, I broke that down in about 10 minutes. Yeah, about 10 minutes. That's all. That's the gist of that. Separation. Period. Period. You don't have to read through the whole thing to know what they're doing. You just got to know. You got to research the author. You understand? So now, has anybody heard anything about, because when you do research on the Egyptians, right, when you go talking about the Egyptians, I'm going to go to Wikipedia real quick on y'all. When you do research on the Egyptians, they give you a lot of information, but the information that they give you is information. It's to get you information. You understand that? It's not to give you information. It's to get you information. Right? It ain't telling you the real deal. You have to really dig deep to find out the real deal about the true Egyptians, the tribe of the Egyptians. Because they have scattered their stuff all about to scare you, to make you feel like you are not from here. Oh, the sneaky plans that the corporation does. The corporation. Okay, so let's get back to this, right? When you do some stuff about the Egyptians, it pulls up names of some of them, and it tells you about Asar, Aset, Asar, Aset is also a name for Isis, as they said. Right, let me get here. Let me go down up in here for a second. Osiris, right? Osiris and Asar, Isis, Osiris, Isis. It tells you about a lot of that. It gives you, it even gives you pictures, right? Down to Nefertiti, right? You can do some research. You can find some stuff out. It's all on Wikipedia. Even though Wikipedia can be added to, and you don't know sometimes, but you got to know how to use your real eye, your third eye. You understand? Don't just use your two that you have to read with, decipher things like, oh, here's one for you. I got a quick one for you before we get deep off into that, right? So they'll tell you, quick to tell you, it's cold as shit down here, man. Got my nose running. They quick to tell you that believe and belief, that's one word, right? So let me break that down real quick for you. Hold tight. Okay. Okay, so look. They got rules with these words shit. That's just so crazy, bro. It's real stupid. Like, okay, so believe. You got be, lie. That's the root word of that, of belief and believe. Now, here go the tricky part. If you say could have, you get an apostrophe EV, right? Should have, same thing, right? apostrophe EV, right? Would have, the same thing. You get what I'm saying, right? Why wouldn't it be lived? Okay. Be lived. Because they don't want you to know that they told you a lie. So they run it all together and call it a belief. And then they get you to believe the bullshit. You understand? They get you to believe the bullshit by making it all one word. Come on, man. I'm gonna need y'all to wake the fuck up. They're playing fucking games with these words. These are all whole spells, right? The letter B is a word by itself. We say this all the time. Learn the alphabets. A is a word by itself. And when you're trying to look at something or look it up, what do? Finally, you see it, right? So A, B, and C are words on their own. They play trickeration with these words. Pay close attention to what they're doing. They're lying to you. Belie. There's no such thing as a belief. They're lying to you. You can look it up. Look at what a belie is. You're being lied to. Right? You're being lied to. They tell you that belief means faith. They made that up. They had to make up a whole motherfucking word for faith. So come on. They're tricking the shit out you. Use your third eye. Use that motherfucker. It's there for a reason. Activate that motherfucker. Figure it out. Do something. Start meditating. Start gazing at the sun. Get your an electric diet. You know what I mean? Like some fruits and shit. Get up. Start off with raw foods in the morning. I don't give a fuck if you want to eat you some chicken wings later on. Okay, if that's this bullshit you want to do, do it. Do it. But start off with some raw foods, because you're a plant. Magical being. God. Goddesses. Right? Right, man. Come on, man. I need y'all to get it together, man. Tighten up. Tighten up, please. Because if you don't guard your grill, if you don't fight until the end, it's your body they're going to be eating. That's all I'm going to say on that. Making a song about that. God damn, my nose running. I need to go blow my nose. I ain't got no tissue down here. Oh, there we go. In the building. Ask and you shall. But that's not what that meant. We have power. See, people got to, let me try to understand something, right? We never used the alphabet before any of this. Before we came, did this, we didn't talk. This was a weapon. Vibration. We used sound. It was. You understand? High pitches. This was a weapon. We didn't talk. Talk is cheap. That's why they say that. That's where that came from. Talk is cheap. Anybody can talk. You put these words, these spells together. So you have to learn how to dispel. Right? That's what we're talking about. This is what we're doing. We're dispelling stuff. Because you have been spelled upon. So once you find out that you've been spelled upon, you must figure it out, right? You gotta do something. You are now an active player, right? That's how that works. Once you done figured out that you have been spelled upon, you are an active player. You must now start playing the game. You gotta start making that goddamn own adrenochrome. Stop making it, man. Stop being scared of these motherfuckers. There's nobody to be scared of. Hmm? You ain't got to worry about them. You're a whole God. Whole God is a magical being. All right? You ain't got to worry about that. You just practice and get self mastery is what you do. Hmm? Master yourself. Get it together. Because the fight is on. I don't mean to make it sound like it's a rush. You know what I mean? But it fucking is. You understand what I'm telling you? Please. You get your chance. Go within. Stay in there about 30 minutes if you can. The longer you stay in, the better. Go and explore. Ask questions while you're there. Learn some directions. As above, so below. If you understand that, you'll understand a whole lot. Because that applies to the cosmos as well as your mind. Because you have a higher self and a lower self. As above, so below. If you are very good friends with your higher self and your first mind, guess what? Whatever shape the mind is in, the body shall follow, right? That's what they say. That's what I know. I've seen it. Shit. I'm in the best shape of my life. I feel good. I'm clean. I'm eating clean. I may not be as thick as I want to be, but hey, what was that anyway? But a bunch of shit that I didn't really need. Cholesterol and shit from, they was trying to clog you up. they feeding you the shit that clogs you and makes snot instead of having you breathe clean. But see, that's not really, I'm not going to blame it all on them. I got to blame it on you as well, people. You know what the fuck you want to eat. Stop playing with yourself. Huh? You know what the fuck you're supposed to eat. You know what you are. You've been knowing these things now for, since the last Great Awakening. That was what, maybe 2020? You've been awake since then. Some of y'all are just maybe not waking up and realizing stuff. I'm starting to see, I have to fall back on the dang social media because it just wasn't what it was supposed to be. I fell back for a minute, that's why I wasn't on here putting no videos up. I also been working on some music, I'm gonna upload this song, Real Lies, starring myself and my young homeboy, my God homeboy, J God. We finna put something down. We're gonna let y'all hear some of these lessons. I jump in on this one. I'm singing on this song. I'm finna let y'all hear. But yeah, man. I'm finna put some lessons out on some music, and that's where I've been. That's what I've been doing. Been studying. I ain't disappeared. I ain't went nowhere. I've been trying to play my part. Trying to play my part. That's all. That's all we can do. Okay, now, anyway, I got a few minutes. Let me break this down real quick about the Ennead, right? Or I should say about, because they made the Council of Nine into a whole nother sect of a religion. They call them the Ennead. Ennead. Right? About the Ennead. Okay, it says here. Excuse me, y'all, my bad. I'm a little. It says the Ennead, or the Great Ennead, was a group of 9 deities. 9. That's the key number, right? 9. We know that 9. We know what the 9 means. Okay. I then went there, right, and I tapped on to see who Atum was, right, because they said we know who Sun God is. That's Ra, God Ra. That's yeah, we know who that is. Okay, right. So I seen Atum, right, and I saw, and it took me to Shu and Tefnut, who were the children, right, of Atum. Who was Atum, right? Atum had a counterpart, but hold on, we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. So I then clicked on Shu. It showed me a picture of Shu. It talked about spouse and brother to the goddess Tefnut, right? Well, we know some stuff. Okay. One of 9 deities of the Ennead, right? They were worshipped in Heliopolis. Right? Okay, so then you go and it takes you to the grandmother of all. I have to actually put her in because they try and hide her. Iaset. They try and hide Iaset. And you ask yourself, why? Why do they hide Iaset? They hide Iaset because she's the primordial god. We know that word primordial, that's just the root word of primordial is prime. Prime god means first, right? Okay, so Iaset. Two U's, I believe. Am I spelling it wrong now? Iaset. I gotta go through the Ennead clearly. That's the only way they allow it. For some reason, you gotta put in the Ennead. Put in the Ennead. It takes you there. Atum. Right. So then it takes you to Atum. Atim or Atim. Mythology. He created himself. Okay, now. That part it says he created himself. We know that would be a lie. Oh, let's see. All right here it says Tim or Atum is a primordial god, right? We know what we just figured out. We know what primordial is. Primordial means prime. There's no need to even go there because if we go there, it's going to be too many people with the bullshit. But prime is the word. They made it into a whole religion. And I'm really having a hard time. It looks like I'm about to run out of time. I'm going to have to make a whole nother video if I don't find it. Anyway, I can just tell you you can go look it up yourself. Iaset. She is the grandmother or the prime one. She started it all. She thought herself into existence and then she brought about Atum. And from there, they did more. They brought about Shu, Tefnut. It was 9 of them total. Right? So, this was to right my wrongs. We will get deeper off into this in the next video. Because, look, they made a whole religion out of a tribe. Peace to the gods and goddesses. Make another video. I'll be back.